Among the jobs that have to be done before winter finally disappears and spring is upon us is to prepare this bramble for the coming season. This berry, which I believe is a Silvan berry, is one of the most productive plants that we have in our garden. It produces many kilos of berries over a 2-month period over the summer. We find it delicious. It only really takes a couple of hours work in winter to clean it out. The main things that have to be done is to remove the dead canes that are in there from the previous year. If you don't do this in the winter and don't get those dead canes out, they just build up and it becomes a real thicket and an impenetrable mass and really hard to work with. A lot of people are a little bit shy of working with these brambles because they are prickly. Now yes, you can get thornless varieties. I always find though that the thornless varieties don't grow quite as well. These thorned ones are a lot stronger. So to work with it, I've been shopping and I bought a pair of gauntlet gloves. I've always found that with the shorter gloves, the thorns still find my wrists. So I've got to get in there, get those dead canes out. I will also fertilise these berries with some blood and bone and give them a mulch with some straw so that they've got some new stimulus. This berry has been growing here for 17 years now and it's still doing really well because it gets this annual care. It's really hard to know where to begin with these, and you've just got to start wherever you can and start pulling out these dead canes. A pitchfork is a really good tool for cleaning up these prickly canes. Keeps them at a good distance so you don't get entangled in them. The Silvan berry is an Australian hybrid. It's a cross between a boysenberry and a marionberry. And it's a really good performer, crops very heavily. Once I've cut out the dead canes, the next stage is to weave these ones, which are going to give us this year's fruit, back into the main trellis. These wires and structure I use to hang the bird netting over when the fruit's on, so I want the vine to be clear of that and be able to hang down. So all this has got to move back in. It's a bit of an entanglement, but you just keep working at it. Sometimes you need to use some string, tie it back. To fertilise this berry, I first apply a generous quantity of blood and bone, and then I follow this with a sprinkling of dolomite, and finally a small amount of potassium, just to encourage flowering and fruiting. I cover this with a generous amount of straw. The straw will not only suppress weeds, but also help keep the moisture in over the summertime. The final stage of the process is to apply a little bit of water. This is not because it needs watering at this time of the year, but simply to keep the straw from blowing around in the wind. And we can now look forward to a delicious crop of fruit in the coming season. In the process of this clean-up, you often pull out the end of a cane which has hit the ground and rooted, and you'll see here the little shoot coming where it is layering and would make another hop and keep on going further if you allowed it. This is a good opportunity to create a new plant that you can give to your friends or enemies or whoever you like. Since it's got this little shoot, you can simply cut it off probably about here somewhere, plant it into the pot, and away you go and you've got a new plant.